Hi, my name is Dr. Xingwei Liu, and I am the medical director here at Texas Ketamine and Wellness Center. If you're watching this, there is a good chance that anxiety has been running your life for a very long time. Not just worry, not just occasional stress, but anxiety that feels constant, exhausting, and impossible to escape. Anxiety that makes your mind race even when you're physically exhausted. Anxiety that keeps your body tense even when you're trying to relax. Anxiety that shows up in your chest, your stomach, your breathing, your sleep. I want to start off by saying this very, very clearly. Severe anxiety is not a personality flaw. It is not weakness, and it is not something that you're choosing. Severe anxiety is a nervous system condition, and understanding that changes everything. Many people with severe anxiety have been told things like, just try to calm down, stop overthinking, you're worrying about nothing. But if those things worked, you wouldn't be here right now. Severe anxiety is not a failure of logic. It is a failure of regulation in your brain. Your nervous system is stuck in a fight or flight response. And once that system is activated chronically, it doesn't respond to reassurance. It responds to perceived threat, whether the threat is real or not. That's why anxiety can feel so confusing. You might know logically that you're safe, but then again, your body doesn't agree. Your heart starts to race, your breathing feels shallow, your muscles stay tense, and then your thoughts starts to spiral. This is not imagination, this is physiology. Over time, chronic anxiety reshapes how the brain functions, and the brain becomes hyper-focused on detecting danger. Even in neutral situations such as conversation, crowds, responsibilities, silence can feel threatening. Panic attacks are extreme examples of this, and panic attacks are not random. They are the nervous system misfiring, pulling the emergency brake when there's no emergency. And when someone has experienced panic, fear, or panic itself can become a trigger. This creates a vicious cycle. Many people with severe anxiety have tried everything: the therapy, medication, breathing exercises, being mindful, yoga, going to the gym, lifestyle changes. Sometimes these things can definitely help, but oftentimes only partially. And when they don't work, people start to feel hopeless. They start to wonder, is this just how I'm going to be forever? Is this how my life will always feel? This is where ketamine enters the conversation, not as a first step, but as a different approach altogether. Ketamine is not about suppressing anxiety. It doesn't numb you. It doesn't erase awareness. Ketamine appears to work by calming hyperactive threat circuits in the brain. Instead of the brain constantly firing dangerous signals over and over, ketamine helps to rebalance excitatory and inhibitory pathways. In simpler terms, it can help turn down the volume on the internal alarm system. Patients often describe experience in a very similar way. They say, my mind finally feels like it's slowed down. The tension has released. I can breathe again. One patient has even told me before that I didn't realize how loud my thoughts were until they weren't. That quietness is not sedation. You remain awake during the infusion. You remain aware. You remain in control. What changes is how intensely your nervous system reacts. For many people, this creates relief they haven't felt in months or years. It's important to be honest about what ketamine does and what it does not do. Ketamine does not help to fix the problem. It does not make the problem disappear. What it does is it helps to restore flexibility. Instead of reacting automatically, the brain regains the ability to pause. That pause matters because anxiety thrives on immediacy. When there is no pause, anxiety dictates the behavior. You start to spiral. When there is space, the choice starts to return. This is especially important for people whose anxiety overlaps with depression or PTSD. And these conditions often reinforce each other. Anxiety keeps the nervous system activated. Depression drains the motivation and hope inside of you. And trauma keeps the body on guard. Ketamine appears to address shared underlying mechanisms, not just surface symptoms. That's why some patients who haven't responded to traditional anxiety treatments experience meaningful relief with ketamine. Now, it's also important to say this very clearly. Ketamine is not right for everyone and is not a magical cure. Anxiety exists on a spectrum. Mild anxiety often responds well to therapy, lifestyle changes, or traditional medications. Ketamine is typically considered when anxiety is extremely severe, persistent, or treatment resistant. Any responsible ketamine provider should screen patients very carefully, as we do here at the Texas Ketamine Wellness Center. This includes reviewing medical history, psychiatric history, medications that you're currently taking, and then of course safety considerations. The goal is not to offer ketamine casually to everybody. The goal is to offer it thoughtfully. If anxiety has slowly taken over your life, if your nervous system feels like it's never going to shut off, and if you're exhausted from trying to manage something that feels unmanageable, there may still be another option. Relief does not mean you're weak. Relief means your nervous system finally gets support. If this resonates with you, you don't need to decide anything today. You just need information. Go ahead and call us here at the clinic and schedule a free consultation with me, and we can sit down, talk about everything openly without any pressure about whether ketamine therapy is right for you.